Hi there. Just a few words on reaching 300 subscriptions, which I'm both very thankful for and rather amazed at that we've hit that number in a relatively short period of time. So really thanks to everyone who watches and everyone who subscribed. So just a few thoughts about how we're going to progress and really what we're about. And I've had some feedback, and one of the things that was raised was the fact that we don't have comments on the channel. Comments are disabled, and the reason for this is that, as many of you probably realize, the comments sections on YouTube videos can be a real toxic mess. And people get into all sorts of discussions, sometimes not really to do with the topic at hand and so on, and just use it for venting and expressing all sorts of quite as I say, toxic opinions, and we don't want that. So there's no real way of monitoring or kind of editing it, so it's best just to disable it. If you do want to give me any feedback or pass on anything or ask any questions, just follow the either use the email to workingwithwarriors@gmail.com or go on the forum. The forum, you can use all the different sections there, or you can just start your own little header and ask a question or pass a comment. It's always welcome. So coming up, we have quite a bit more on military history and also on espionage to cover, and also a lot of books on special operations, which I'll be getting into. So that's all material that I've got to hand already in the library. The other section which I've noticed is very popular is anything to do with martial arts. So I'll be digging deeply into my library for my martial arts books. I did have a much bigger collection, and I gave a lot of them away. For example, I recently reviewed the Practical Karate series by Master Nakayama. Well, I had his Dynamic Karate book autographed, and I gave that away as a present to somebody who was doing Shotokan. So I don't have all the books I used to have, but I can probably get hold of them from either from the public library or from Waterstones and reread them and review them for you. So another section that I want to do that we've had on the forum for a long time is entertainment. There's always been a section of that. We all like various forms of entertainment, the clues in the word, and so I'll be getting into that. And one of the things I'm going to do, as like I do the bonus equipment reviews, I'm going to do a bonus movie review. So every now and again I'll drop in a movie that I either find very significant or iconic, or a movie that has quirks in it that I'd like to talk about, that strike me as being either absurd or funny or whatever. So I've got a few of them lined up. And the other section, also some books on movies. I've got quite a few books about movies. For example, several books written by Mark Kermode, which are well worth reading and well worth talking about. Then the other one is music, and I'll be reviewing books on music. I did wonder what to call the playlist, and I was going to say either popular music, beat music, Measy Beat era or whatever, and then I just realized really it's music. It's music you like or music you don't like, and that's it. And there are so many genres. I was reading a book not long ago, and it listed all the genres and subgenres of music, many of which I'd never heard of before. And I remember back to the time when, if you went into a record store, there were only a few categories. There was classical music, popular music, and jazz music, and that was about it. So all those genres didn't exist. And I do realize that people do like the genres, and we have our favorites, but even if you like it, if you're into, for example, heavy metal, and you really like it, it doesn't mean that should exclude everything else. You hear a tune and you go, oh, I like that, and it doesn't matter what the genre's from. So I'm using the term music very, very broadly, and I've got, as I said, a lot of books on the subject, and I'll pick out the ones I think will be most interesting. I'm not going to, what we did with, for example, the SOE, I reviewed them all in one chunk, put them all up there. I'm not going to do that with music because it's not everyone's cup of tea. So I'll intersperse that with some of the other topics like martial arts and so on. But one thing, when I was thinking about this, is I find that it's a great common bond, is music. I've worked with guys that we've had very little things in common until you get onto the subject of music. We may not like the same types of music, but we can talk about it and why and that and different kinds. And you know, sometimes you get educated to different things. I remember a couple of years ago I was working with a guy, and you know, he introduced me to a couple of bands that I'd never, that had passed me by. They weren't new bands, and you know, I've got their music on my playlist on my computer and listen to it all the time. So I find it's a great source of getting together on the same wavelength, communicating, keeping in touch. So at present, I still plan to put a review up every day. Obviously, as I work right through my bookshelf, that will taper off, and I'll probably have to go to one a week or something like that. But at the moment, I'm going to maintain the one a day. So again, thanks to everyone. Thanks for following the videos, and I hope you continue to enjoy them.